How to fix Rust crashing, freezing, or unresponsive when joining a server. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we're tackling a pervasive and deeply frustrating issue plaguing Rust players: the game crashing, freezing, or becoming unresponsive precisely when attempting to join a server. This isn't just an annoyance, it's a critical impediment to gameplay, preventing you from ever reaching the server and immersing yourself in the survival experience. Our comprehensive guide will meticulously walk you through a series of professional, deep-dive technical solutions designed to diagnose and rectify the underlying causes of these critical failures, ensuring your system is optimized for stable Rust gameplay. We will cover everything from fundamental system checks and driver optimizations to advanced network configurations and game-specific troubleshooting, empowering you to conquer these server joining roadblocks and get back to building, raiding, and surviving without interruption. Here are the detailed steps to resolve Rust server connection issues. Verify integrity of game files. Steam. This critical Steam function checks for corrupted or missing game files, automatically downloading and replacing any discrepancies to ensure Rust's core assets are intact and functional. Access this by right-clicking Rust in your Steam library, navigating to Properties, then Local Files, and selecting Verify Integrity of Game Files. Update graphics drivers. Outdated GPU drivers are a frequent culprit for game instability, so ensure your NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel drivers are current through their respective official utilities. Up-to-date drivers optimize rendering performance, fix known bugs, and prevent unexpected crashes during resource-intensive operations like loading into a server. Check for pending Windows updates. An outdated Windows operating system can introduce compatibility issues or lack crucial performance enhancements necessary for modern games like Rust. Ensure your system is fully updated via Windows settings to benefit from the latest patches and system stability improvements. Run Rust as administrator. Insufficient administrative privileges can sometimes prevent Rust from accessing necessary system resources or writing temporary files, leading to launch or loading failures. Right-clicking the Rust shortcut and selecting Run as Administrator can resolve permission-related conflicts. Disable in-game overlays. Overlays from applications like Steam, Discord, or NVIDIA GeForce Experience can occasionally conflict with Rust's rendering pipeline or anti-cheat system, causing freezes or crashes. Temporarily disabling these overlays can often alleviate instability issues during game startup and server loading. Adjust virtual memory, paging file size. Rust is memory-intensive, and insufficient virtual memory can lead to out-of-memory errors or system freezes, especially when loading complex server environments. Manually setting a larger, fixed paging file size, e.g., 1.5x your RAM for initial size and 3x for maximum, in Windows Advanced System Settings can significantly improve stability. Update network drivers. Corrupted or outdated Ethernet or Wi-Fi adapter drivers can lead to unstable network connections, manifesting as failures when attempting to establish a stable link with a game server. Ensure your network drivers are current by downloading the latest versions from your motherboard or network card manufacturer's website. Flush DNS and reset Winsock. Network configuration issues can prevent proper server communication. Flushing your DNS resolver cache and resetting Winsock can resolve these. Open Command Prompt as administrator and execute IP protocol configuration/flushtons followed by netch Winsock reset, then restart your computer. Temporarily disable firewalls/antivirus. Aggressive firewall rules or real-time scanning from antivirus software can sometimes incorrectly flag Rust or its connection attempts as malicious, blocking server access. Temporarily disabling them or adding explicit exceptions for Rust and Steam in your security software can isolate if they are the cause. Review Rust minimum system requirements. Ensure your PC hardware meets or ideally exceeds Rust's minimum system specifications, particularly concerning RAM, CPU, and GPU. Running the game on an under-spec'd system will inevitably lead to performance issues, including crashes and freezes when resource demands peak during server loading. Perform a clean boot of Windows. A clean boot starts Windows with a minimal set of drivers and startup programs, helping to identify software conflicts that might be causing Rust to crash. This diagnostic method systematically isolates problematic third-party applications or services interfering with the game. Clear Rust's local cache and configuration files. Corrupted user data, cache files, or configuration settings can lead to game instability. Navigate to Rust's installation directory and delete the CFG folder and the contents of the data or cache folders. Typically located in %steamdir %steamapps /common /rust /cfg and %steamdir %steamapps /common /rust /data. Utilize specific Rust launch options. Employing specific launch parameters in Steam can optimize Rust's resource usage or bypass certain functionalities that might be causing issues. Common options include maxmem equals xxxx, replace xxxx with your RAM and MB, malloc equals system, or windowed for troubleshooting display modes. Monitor system temperatures. Overheating CPU or GPU components can cause system instability, thermal throttling, and ultimately game crashes as a protective measure. Use monitoring software like HW Monitor or MSI Afterburner to check temperatures and ensure adequate cooling for your components. Reinstall Rust, clean installation. As a last resort, a complete reinstallation of Rust can eliminate any deep-seated file corruption or installation errors that verification cannot resolve. Ensure you fully uninstall the game and manually delete any remaining folders before performing a fresh download. Try different servers. The issue might not always lie with your system. A specific server might be experiencing high ping, overload, or temporary technical difficulties. Attempting to join various official and community servers can help determine if the problem is server-specific or client-side. Ensure adequate power supply, PSU stability. An underpowered or failing power supply unit, PSU, can lead to system instability, especially under heavy load from gaming, causing crashes or reboots. Verify your PSU meets the wattage requirements for your components and consider testing with a known good unit if suspected. Check for background applications/resource hogs. Other running applications can consume significant CPU, GPU, or RAM resources, leaving insufficient capacity for Rust to run stably. Close unnecessary background programs and processes via Task Manager before launching the game to free up system resources. Reinstall BattleEye Anti-Cheat. BattleEye, Rust's anti-cheat system, is critical for server access. Corruption within its installation can prevent you from joining. Navigate to the BattleEye folder within Rust's directory, rust/easy anti-cheat, and run the uninstall battleye.bat followed by install battleye.bat to refresh its files. Update BIOS/UE5 firmware. While a more advanced step, An outdated BIOS/UEFI firmware can sometimes cause fundamental system incompatibilities or performance bottlenecks that affect game stability. Consult your motherboard manufacturer's website for instructions and caution, as this process carries inherent risks if not performed correctly. By systematically working through these deep-dive technical solutions, you significantly increase your chances of diagnosing and resolving the persistent crashing, freezing, or unresponsiveness you've encountered when attempting to join a Rust server. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more expert technical guides and troubleshooting solutions.